some of the sport's top 3-year-old pacers lined up behind the starting gate for the Hap Hansen Progress Pace at Dover Downs recently. Now, before we actually see the event, let's get a little more info. By now, you probably know that the Progress Pace is the signature race of Dover Downs. But did you know that since the first edition took place in 1996, this is the 25th edition of the Grand Circuit event for 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings? To get into the prestigious 2020 event, there was an elimination last week. So let's see the last part of that race before we move forward.
They're midway up the backstretch, 55 2/5. Make your way toward the far turn. It's No Losing with a short lead over Tattoo Artist down inside. That's Cattlewash. A second over trip for Fortify. Nowhere to go right now for Catch the Fire in fifth, 3/4. In 122 and 1/5, they make their way over toward the top of the stretch. It's No Losing on top. Cattlewash is racing in second, back in the third. Catch the Fire, and they're at the top of the stretch, turning for home. No Losing comes off the turn with the lead. Cattlewash, Catch the Fire gets underway from third, coming through the stretch. It's No Losing down the inside. It's Cattlewash, No Losing in front. Cattlewash, Catch the Fire, 149 and 1.
No Losing won the Progress Pace elimination in 149 and 1. He was supplemented into the event for $25,000. The son of Sweet Lou will start from post 7 in the final, with driver Dexter Dunn for trainer Nancy Takter. According to the odds, our elimination winner's main competition is Cattlewash, who has post position 8. The son of Some Beach Somewhere has the fastest clocking of 2020 of any standardbred in the world with a 1:46 and 4 mile. He's trained by Ron Burke and driven by Hall of Famer David Miller. Another horse to check out is number 1 Captain Barbossa, driven by Joe Bongiorno. This son of Captain Treacherous made headlines this past fall when he won the Little Brown Jug for trainer Tony Alagna. And one more horse to mention is Catch the Fire from post 5 with driver Mike Wilder. Trained by John Ackley, the Captain Treacherous colt won the prestigious Pace for the Orchids Adios Final this year. Mike Wilder has not only been a leading driver at Lebanon Raceway and Scioto Downs in Ohio many times, but in the early 2000s, he made the move to the Meadows in western Pennsylvania and continued to rock the racetrack, being one of the most sought-after catch drivers at the Keystone State Track. We were so excited about pulling Mike aside for a few minutes for some post-time Q&A. How did you get into the sport of harness racing?
I got into harness racing through my stepfather, Dave Ritter, back in Sydney, Ohio. I was around 3 years old when him and my mother got married, and as soon as I knew what a horse was, I fell in love with it.
What's your favorite movie and why?
My favorite movie of all time is The Wizard of Oz. And why, I have no idea, but I just absolutely love it. When it comes on around this month into Christmas and it's on like a doubleheader on TBS or something like that, I drive my wife crazy because I'm like, she goes, "Didn't you just watch it?" I said, "Yeah, it's on again." So yeah, I love The Wizard of Oz. For whatever reason, I don't know, but I always have.
What's the last picture you took on your phone?
The last picture I took on my phone was my dog with a Frisbee hollowed out with her face through it the other morning, yes, in Florida.
Speaking of Florida, you made the decision to go south this winter instead of staying in Pennsylvania. Why that decision and how's it going?
This has kind of been in the works, talked about the last couple, 3 years, just wanting to do it. My father-in-law, Dan Altmeyer, he's had a huge success with young horses, and he kind of took a little break, and we kind of just been stewing about it, and I thought it was a good time to try it. I'm just trying to add another chapter to my life. I don't want to quit driving yet, but I'm taking 4.5 months to train babies with him. Like I said earlier, you never can learn too much, and he's a great teacher, and I really enjoy the young horses. Not that I don't enjoy racing the older horses as well, but I'm loving life.
What's the best advice for training or driving you've ever got?
I think for both, never think you know it all. Any questions, not a dumb question, and you learn something every day. Don't think you know it all. So hard work and listen. Not all advice is good, but I always take everything in that I hear, and I never think I know it all, and I think that really played a big role in my life in this business. I learn every day. Even today, I probably learned something. So don't think you know it all.
What's the best thing about your life?
I have a great family. I have wonderful kids. I have a wonderful wife, father-in-law, mother-in-law, but my whole family. I can't just pinpoint people, and it's just every day's wonderful to me. I wake up every morning happy, and there's nothing I hate about my life.
If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I gotta say, I love pizza. I mean, who don't like pizza? And there's not a time that probably a day goes by that pizza don't cross your mind a little bit. And if I had to eat pizza the rest of my life, I think I could live.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
I was actually, before I raced horses, I was racing horses at the fairs when I was 16, blah, blah, blah. But when I graduated high school, my real father's an electrician, was for 40 years. I tried my hand at being an electrician, actually, between racing at the fairs, and I just thought I'd try it. And it wasn't long. It took about 2 months for me to know that wasn't going to be the deal, and I probably didn't like that very well. So I'd have to say a job that I didn't like would be that. I mean, and I love to work, but I didn't like that. So I went right for the horse racing, and it's been great ever since.
What is your best life advice?
To work hard, be honest, and just try to do the right thing in life. Try not to, I guess everybody makes mistakes in life. Just try to, when you think you want to open your mouth, sometimes be quiet and just listen. Just listen. You're going to go a lot farther just listening. And I kind of had to learn that going up, so I think that's a good thing of advice. I used to talk too much, and listen more than talk, so I think that's a good thing. Work hard and listen.
Thanks so much, Mike, for being on the show. Enjoy that warm weather this winter in sunny Florida, and we'll be looking for you this spring back in the Meadows Racetrack Winter Circle. We know about a few key competitors in the final, and now it's time to check out the 2020 Progress Pace at Dover Downs and see which 3-year-old male pacer will enter victory lane and take home the winner's share of the $325,000 purse. Once again, here's announcer Jack Gallagher.
They're off from the outside. There goes Tattoo Artist out for the lead. Also moving out, that's Fortify. Down along the inside comes Captain Kirk and Captain Barbossa. Out wide is No Losing, widest of all, Cattlewash. Now follows No Losing as they race on the first turn. Tattoo Artist opens up to 2.5. Racing in second, that's Captain Kirk, caught outside. No Losing, followed by Cattlewash. They went by the quarter. How about 25 2/5? They make their way by the stands. The leader is Tattoo Artist by a length and a half. Here's No Losing coming on the outside. No Losing up to get the lead as they race to the clubhouse turn. Tattoo Artist sits in second now. Back to third went Captain Kirk. Cattlewash had to settle for fourth as they race into the clubhouse turn. On the way over toward the half, a hard use. No Losing is on top, a length and a half. Tattoo Artist racing in second, followed by Captain Kirk. To the outside, Cattlewash. Following that move will be Fortify from fifth. Also on the outside there is Captain Barbossa, 53 seconds for the half. They head up the backstretch. On the way toward three-quarters, leading the way, No Losing. Cattlewash races up on the outside. Tattoo Artist third along the inside, the second over Trip. for Fortify. Down inside, that's Captain Kirk back to fifth. They race into the final turn. They go by 3/4. No Losing goes by 120 and 2/5. They're midway on the final turn, coming toward the top of the stretch. No Losing opens up 2 lengths now. Here comes a 3 wide Fortify. They come toward the top of the stretch, and No Losing's got the lead. It's 3 lengths as they come off the turn. Closing in a bit now is Fortify. They straighten away. Here comes Fortify after No Losing coming through the stretch. Fortify on the outside. Fortify is up to get the lead, and Fortify beats No Losing. 148 and 2.
Fortify won the progress pace in 148 and 2 with Tim Tetrick in the bike, wearing the stable colors of the owner, Diamond Creek Farm. This is the 3rd progress pace in a row Tetrick has won. The son of Sweet Lou is trained by Nancy Takter and paid $22.40 to win. Finishing second was another Takter trainee, and that was the favorite, No Losing. And third went to Catch the Fire.
Oh my gosh. So are you as surprised as I am?
No, not really. Last week, he was very good in elimination. First time I ever driven him, I learned a lot about him. And I knew in the final when those other 2 drew 7-8, there was going to be big fractions. And, I dropped in the favorite, Cattlewash in front of me, and I was second over off tough fractions. So, I was really expecting my horse to be right there at the wire.
I knew it would be an interesting race, but then, of course, it worked out well for you. But is that how you thought it was going to work out?
Actually, exactly how I thought it would. Was the only thing I was really worried about is getting a little spacing in the first turn, trying to get around some of the inside horses. And then it worked out good. I got to back up, put Dave in front of me, and I got a perfect trip.
We just want to say you were in different colors for the race, Diamond Creek Racing colors. Love them.
He's one of the biggest owners in our game. He's a great guy, and he's a big supporter of our sport. So, if we can help him out anyway, I'm glad to wear his color, especially when we go for big money. Thank you.
Well, I kind of figured a Nancy Takter trained horse would do well tonight. I just was not thinking it was going to be Fortify. So how surprised are you?
Actually not that surprised at all. This is a really nice colt. He's been racing really well. He's kind of gotten in bad positions. He's been trailer twice, which is this year, which what are the odds of that happening? But definitely a really nice colt. Just needed a trip to work out for him. I knew it was going to be a little bit of a fast-paced race, so I figured that he might end up with the trip and end up winning the race.
So this horse made less than any other horse, right? Going into the race. I don't know much about him. Tell me about him. His personality?
He is probably the nicest colt you can ever be around. Super nice colt. I actually got him towards the end of the summer. He came into my barn right before the Kentucky Sire Stakes started. And, he was, second best in Kentucky Sire Stakes. I just happened to bring Tall Dark Stranger down to race in the last leg and win the final. But definitely a really nice colt. I mean, obviously, you paced 47-3 at Hoosier, so he has ability. Diamond Creek didn't want to race him in the Breeders' Crown, so he skipped those races and raced a little bit in the lesser races before and after the Breeders' Crown. So that actually might have worked to his advantage, maybe a little bit sharper than these other colts that have had tough weeks.
So this is our final Grand Circuit race. What's his deal? Where is he going on vacation?
He is going to go back to Diamond Creek for some vacation, and then he's going to return for his 4-year-old season.
All right. Well, that's good news.
Very good news.
Thank you, Nancy.
No worries. Thanks.